Hello Wargamers and welcome to our channel. We got more old world content for you today. I am Luka from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by my returning guest John the Cron. If you're familiar with our 40k content, you'll be familiar with John. But today we bring it back to a classic. We are playing with the Legacy Armies today. It will be Lizardmen against Skaven in a 1500 point tutorial mission. Let's take a look at my Warlord. I wanted to go Magic Light today. Again, this is just a tutorial mission. John has never played a game of Warhammer Fantasy nor the Old World today, so we're keeping it nice and simple at 1500 points. Leading the force is a Skaven Warlord. We are, again, using our Age of Sigmar collection to represent how easy it is to translate from one game to the next with very little work involved, especially when you have the movement trays to help out. Now, our Warlord today will be equipped with heavy armor and a halberd, and I gave him the Warpstone Amulet. It gives him a 4 board save against non-magical attacks. I am, of course, going to run a Master Assassin from Clan Eshin here. The only upgrade I put on him is Weeping Blades. It's just a slightly more powerful hand weapon with poison attacks and all that stuff. I don't know how important of an upgrade it is, but I wanted to play it. It's always been one of my favorites, and I am going to be hiding him in one of my units. That we'll find out which one as we play the game. And my last character will be a Scryer Acolyte. Nope, not an Acolyte, an actual Warlock Engineer. Acolytes are a lower rat. In this case, I made him a level 1 wizard because I had the points left over. It doesn't really matter what lore I went for. I took a Skaven signature spell, one with Warp Lightning, just to keep it classic. That's kind of the only spell these guys ever really knew. It's a basic magic missile. And I also upgraded him to have a pistol because he's modeled with it. And you need to bring an engineer if you want to bring any of the fancy Scryer war machines, which I did. To show you some other elements of my army, I'm running a 30 strong unit of clan rats, 6 wide, full command. They got thrusting spears and shields, and they bought a rattling gun to go along with them. And behind them, that's a unit of 6 rat ogres, just on their own, on loan from Josh, from his clan Molder army in Age of Sigmar. Thank you, Josh. And like I mentioned earlier with that Warlock Engineer, I have an old Warp Lightning Cannon sitting pretty right here to hopefully do something. We'll find out how it works as we play. I have a brick of 20 Storm Vermin here. Very colorful. They were from a part of our AOS Skaven collection where they are just all over the place. But they are going to be equipped with halberds and shields, and they have full command, and they're going to house the Warlord of the army as well, the actual literal Skaven Warlord who is right there. My last unit will be 25 clan rats with full command, and they also brought a rattling gun. To give you an idea of how that deployment looks from my point of view, it'll be clan rats with ogres behind, Warlock Engineer, and the cannon. And then we have Warlord, Storm Vermin, clan rats, and rattling gun. Now my assassin is hiding in one of these 3 units. We'll find out later as we play the game. In fact, I'll show you guys which unit it is. I got John doing the Blair Witch Project over there.
I'm not looking.
And it's going to be this unit right there for anyone who's curious.
My general is a Saurus Old Blood riding a Carnosaur. He's been given a shield, a cavalry spear, the helm of bedazzlement, and a talisman of protection.
This is a model we just straight up ripped off. It's Age of Sigmar base and just put on this one because we had too many of these already, and he never seen use, so now he's part of the Old World collection. Congratulations, big guy.
And then we have a Scar Veteran. He is my Banner Standard Bearer.
Battle Standard Bearer! Our Army BSB.
Yeah, and that's it. He's very basic.
Okay, fair, easy.
Okay, we have a squad of 15 Saurus warriors with the banner, the musical instrument, and the leader. They're all equipped with the spears. We have a squad of the Cold Riders, 8 strong. Again, with the champions, we have our musician, our banner, and our leader.
In a very interesting formation.
Yeah, they're going fast. We have another squad of 15 Saurus warriors with just
full
the
command.
spears. Yep, the whole command. And then one more squad of 5 Cold Riders with the champions and all the fixins.
Yes, and now the moon trays we have here, we are just Printing, printing, printing. More printing than we could possibly imagine. Love the support from all the people watching. They too want movement trays for their Age of Sigmar to Old World conversions, or heck, even their old World models. Instead of rebasing them, you can just buy the trays that upscale them for ease of play. You don't have to put the work in too much other than whatever you want to do with the bases here. Currently, we are in a work in progress on the Cav ones. So we just have the right dimension on the base just for them to rest on to play the game. Same with these guys over here. And if you're curious, you can go and check out these movement trays over at the Forge. I'm going to go get you an example of the small squares to big square conversion I'm talking about. And one easy example would be the Saurus Knights here. So they're on the Sigmar bases, and we're currently going to have something for them to go on these bases. But right now, the flip side is the actual dimensions of a 5 cav unit, 30 by 60 or 50, whatever there are normally. But these would be the old bases they run, and they just slot into these. So you don't have to rebase your models. Right now, I just have it flipped over. These are just for magnets. These are magnet holes, so if you have metallic surfaces you like to carry them on, you just put them in the movement tray and then put the magnets in the movement tray. And then for the Skaven over here, these ones are just the 25 mil circle bases from Age of Sigmar they're on into a 25 mil square conversion tray for the old world here. As of right now, I just have the rattling guns on like what the base they would actually go on just to represent their footprint. Boom. Right now it's more of a rush job. We got a lot of orders to fulfill, so it's actually, we're falling behind on studio production of the elements, and soon we'll have all of them. Rat Ogres, it's an easy one. They're on 50s in Sigmar. They're on 50s now in the old world, so that's all the work's already done for you there. Currently working on character ones just to slot them into a base. So you just have like little individual bases with your characters in. And then this would be the example of the old square bases on a base extender movement tray. So you don't have to rebase your old goblins, you just simply stick them in here, and now they're 25 mil wide. You could obviously flock the in-betweens, I don't know, the areas in between with whatever basing material you used on your own models to make it look like one cohesive unit, or just keep the black if it doesn't bother you. Pretty much all the legacy armies in the old world are Age of Sigmar armies. Funny enough, I'd expect to see more legacy armies being played at first with these trays than actual old world armies, because these are easy to get your hands on and people already have massive Age of Sigmar collections, so it's kind of funny how that's like flipped on itself these days. But hey, it is what it is, and it just gets more people into the hobby, and that's honestly all that matters. The more people you have, the bigger the hobby gets, the more support it'll get, and that's what I want to see, because this version of Fantasy the Old World is probably my favorite iteration I've ever seen of it. And reminders, always looking for more guests to play war games. Old World for this video that's relevant, so if you want to come by, we're in Welland, Ontario, which is 20-ish minutes away from Niagara Falls. If you know where Niagara Falls is, that's where we are. And also, if you want more Old World content, Steve and myself from MiniWarGaming stream the Old World as of right now every Wednesday and Thursday, Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, EDT, EST, whichever one, and come check us out. We do it live. So if you just want to hang out, be silent and chat, and just hang out with everyone else, you're more than willing. We're always doing a different army every week, so just trying everything out. So if you want to learn more about the old world, well, you can check out our live games, chat with us, hang out with us, and any other game too. You know, if you want to come by and play some Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, always looking for more guests to come by. John here runs a mighty fine store up in the Barrie region city of Ontario. John, why don't you let us know a little thing or two about the Tabletop Forge?
Yeah, so we are the Tabletop Forge. We're located at 11 King Street in Barrie. You play it, we play it. We run RTTs every month for Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40k, and February 3rd, depending on when this comes out, is the first Old World RTT that we are going to be running.
I'm going to be there. Yep.
It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to have Scary there.
Oh, Scary too. Don't forget Scary. I'll be there. I'm the star, not Scary.
Luka will be there. We're going to have a bunch of people there. It's going to be a blast. But we run these events every single weekend on Saturdays. We run D&D on Sundays. We got all the fixins that you need for all your hobby needs. If
you've been looking for a group to join, or you've been getting that hobby itch and you just don't really know where to go, look no further than the Tabletop Forge if you're in the Barrie area. And lots of friendly faces, I assume. I haven't been there yet, but I'll be there in February. So I'll come scrutinize the place for myself when I get there. It's game time. Boom. Well, folks, it's about time to start. John and I are going to roll off to see who is going to go first in this game. John, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Absolutely. I didn't say it earlier on camera, but this is John's, I think I did, first game of Fantasy
Ever. We got to choose 40K or war or fantasy, and I went 40K route. I am so excited to get these movement trays and jam some lizards into some ratty boys.
I think it's going to go exactly like that. I don't expect my rats to stand toe-to-toe with the Saurus for too long, but we'll see what they have going for them. I'm very excited to try out some Skaven. Neither one of us went too far outside of the box when it came to the armies. Again, we're only playing 1,500 points. We're just trying them out. We're testing the waters here, rolling to see who gets to dictate who goes first. Power to you, John. You decide who goes first.
I will take the first turn.
All right, well, the first thing you got to do on your turn is...
charge!
Stupidity! Sorry, we got to go through it. The only thing John has to do with the Saurus list, his Lizardmen list in this game, in the strategy phase, other than Rallying Cry, is he has to do stupidity checks for the Cold One Riders. And let's figure out what their leadership is. Turns out everything in the Lizardmen army list is leadership 8, including the Old Blood. That's your general over there. He's also leadership 8. So we are going to do stupidity on them, 2d6. So you roll equal to or less than your leadership, you're good to go. They get to operate normally this turn, and you might as well do the other unit. Well, they are going to...
be stupid.
They're going to be stupid. So what that means for a Cold One Rider unit, the new stupidity rules are, if you fail it, you cannot charge or march, and you move in a straight line forward without doing any maneuvers. So they move 7. Not these guys, but the other ones over there are going to move 7 forward. Which brings us to the movement phase. Do you have any charges to declare?
I do not.
Yeah, no charges to declare. So we're going to be right back, but these guys are just going to walk into the woods, I guess, and then we'll show you where the rest of the elements of the list end up as well. Because the first turn, nothing too dynamic really happens. And we're done. So what happened here, John? What did we do?
So we moved these sorry boys up, and we wheeled and then moved another 2 inches to get around the building.
Yep.
We moved the other Saurus warriors just straight up with the banner bearer.
Right behind him.
My big leader on the Brontodon here, or the Carnosaur, saw that his friends were being stupid, so I wheeled him and then moved him to block the movement so that the cavalry doesn't end up just marching straight into the forest.
Yep, because with stupidity, they have to do these guys move 7, they have to do a full 7-inch move forward, but you have to follow the normal rules for movement. You'd stop between immovable objects or other units of your army, or enemy army. In the case of enemy army, you have to stay an inch away, but in this case, you can go right up beside them. And that just saves them from having the awkward nature of being in the woods for later. Now, for Saurus, I should note, Cold-Blooded works like it used to work back in the day, but Cold-Blooded, and I know a lot of Lizardmen players are going to be upset about it, but Cold-Blooded was always a little too powerful because it covered too many aspects of leadership. You got to remember that it's a game of dice that is supposed to be kind of zany, so they made Cold-Blooded only work on fear, panic, and what was the last one, terror?
And break, I believe.
Ooh, break. It's fear, panic, and terror, so they're good against fear, or psychology, but it doesn't help on stupidity, breaking, or rallying. That's what the BSB is still good for. And then obviously you have Rallying Cry on the characters as well. So it'll be a little bit harder to keep your units around, but it makes it a little bit less predictable, which is the goal of the game. Anyways, these Saurus riders up here just marched 14 inches forward and all that stuff. Now they move 7 because they used to move 8, but they were always like -1 movement because of like barding effectively, I think. Or they were always move 7, so nothing's changed. But they do have armored hide, so they get that 3-up save without too much penalty on them. Anyways, that is pretty much it for the first turn. John has no shooting, so we're going to go to Skaven turn 1. And I did point out that I do have a rattling gun over here that the Saurus Knights are walking into, but ideally, if I don't do well enough with the shooting, then he's easy pickings and they can overrun into my other units here. So that's kind of scary. But I got these guys here too. We'll see. You know what? That's the beauty of fantasy. You never know what's really going to happen. We're going to go to Skaven turn 1 though. I don't have any strategy phase things to do. Right. Yeah, I don't have any. I got Warp Spark tokens. I got to figure out what that does. Very similar to what it used to do. So I got to roll a D3. He's got 3 Warp Spark tokens. Every token I consume will add D3 to his casting roll. I do it before I roll. And every natural 1 rolled on the D3 means he loses a wound. He's only got, I think, a couple wounds, so it's kind of scary. He can effectively eat his space rocks and die. We're going to go to charge phase, which I don't have any of those. We're going to go right to remaining moves. we're going to just form up. We're going to move out. We're going to move this forward. We're going to push down the rattling gun button. We're going to release our gimbal limiters and see how much they can accomplish. But I'll be right back after they move forward. These guys are going to move forward because I'm afraid of this, and I'm going to have these guys hopefully deal with them, and we'll see what this can do as well. And this is just going to stay still. There we go. We did the full march with them. They're just wheeling up and around the building just to when we inevitably fight here, because the Saurus are definitely going to be the one to force the issue. My Storm Vermin and my Rattling Gun hanging out over here. And then these Clan Rats they wheeled one, moved forward about 7. So they only used partial movement there. Rattling Gun team is just going to stay still. It can move because it's got quick to fire, but I could move backwards, but that's about it because I don't want to get closer to them. And then the Rat Ogres just wheeled a wee bit just to get into this position. I don't want to expose my Warlock Engineer yet. We're going to keep him back here and see what I can Warp Lightning. For now, I don't want to risk it. We're just going to hang out for a little while back there. And we're going to go right to shooting. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do you last, Mr. Warp Lightning Cannon. I'm just going to shoot at some of the Saurus Warrior, but the woods are in the way. I don't think this thing... You just shoot in a straight line, and you hopefully hit something with your lightning. What we are going to do is this is going to fire at those Saurus, and they're going to have light cover because of the woods, so they're -1 to hit. They're going to be -1 to hit for the light cover because they're partially covered by the woods, and then they are going to be -1 to hit because we're over half range on our weapon. Our weapon is only 18-inch range, and we're definitely outside of 9. We might even be outside of 18. I'm going to double check that. Okay, we're about 16 inches away, so we're going to go ahead and figure out what a Rattling Gun does. It fires very similar to an organ gun. I've seen some hubbub about like the difficulty of getting artillery dice. All they are is just there's the D6 clearly, but you multiply the facing with D6 by 2, and that's the numerical value on the artillery die. So 5 times 2, 4 times 2, 2 times 2. The misfire is the 6. Technically. So if you just want to roll like a D6 for artillery die, that'd be a 4. Try this one out. We're going to get a misfire. That's our first roll. That's awesome. Right. So that means 0 shots, and the amount of whatever shots I get on the next one, if any, will be -1 to hit because it fires like an organ gun at 6. So I have 6 shots that are -1 to hit for the initial misfire, and -1 hit for the range, and -1 hit because you're in light cover.
Oh, wow.
They are ballistic skill 3, which means they need 4s to hit, but -3, they need 7s to hit, which is going to be 6s. I got 1 6, but that needs to roll into a 4 up still. Nope, it misses. It zips. Mostly the woods blocking it. The actual functionality of the weapon not operating very well there. Maybe there's like just shooting the bullets out in front of it. And let's go ahead and see what this weapon team can do to those Saurus. They're also going to get light cover because of this wall in the way. As long as 1% of the unit is covered by something that would give it cover, then it has light cover. If 51% or more of the unit is covered, it will be hard cover. General rule of thumb. In this case, we're going to get a misfire on the first roll, so we're not looking good already. At 10 shots, though, not bad, but... So misfire is -1, light cover is -1, and range is -1. So back to 7s. Roll over here. Bam! We got 1 potential hit. I'm just going to roll for the 10. 2 potential hits, and they need 4s to actually hit. Well, 1 hit in the end. It's a strength 4 weapon with AP 1 and armor bane. So I believe a Saurus Rider is probably T4. I'm going to roll and find out. Definitely going to wound on a 5.
Yep.
Let me double check my profile of my weapon here. We'll have a 4-up save. It is -1. You are good to go. No damage. No damage right off the armor. And that's it for shooting here. Warp Lightning is a little too far away. And we're going to go ahead with this Warp Lightning Cannon. I'm going to look into its rules a little bit more before I do this shot. Well, this is a classic one. It's quite a bit different than the 6th edition book for them. So I'm going to point the direction for it to fire in. You don't pick a point. The nice thing about this is you never need line of sight. You simply pivot it. Pick a direction it's going to fire in, and every model, friend or foe, is hit, equal to an artillery die of strength at AP -3, and it only ever does 1 damage. I'm very tempted just to shoot it right down through your Carnosaur and your line of Saurus. So I can't help myself. We're going to pivot it, and we're going to skirt the Clan Rats right here and right down the middle.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's their stupidity getting them. We'll see, though. We'll see. It goes, I think the range is 8d6. Let's have fun together. Okay, so 12, 18, 29, 33, 38 inches. So it's going to go right through them. Oh, no. So it's going to hit the Carnosaur and all the Saurus. But we don't know what the strength is. It could be anywhere between strength 2, 10, or something horrible has happened. 4! It's going to hit 4 of the Saurus as it goes right down the middle of them. But it only wounds them on 4s. Oh, only 2 when he hits. It is -3 to their armor save, so they have 2 6-up saves. Because if anyone's curious, they have heavy armor shield and their armored hide. Oh, you saved one! Nice.
Yeah.
Only one Saurus eats the lightning. Zap. And then, what's the toughness on the big guy there? Toughness 6. This is only strength 4. I need a 6 to wound him because he's 2 degrees higher than my strength. Oh, hey, look at that. -3 to his save, so he's also got a 6-up. Oh my gosh, Scary, why? All right, that's my turn. Obviously, you can see the Skaven war machines have extreme potential.
So crazy.
But they also, because they go really, really, really high, they can go really, really, really low. But that's exactly what a Skaven player should want. And that's it. That's turn 1, battle round 1 of 6 done. We are going to go to turn 2 for, well, John and all the Saurus here. Ready for some stupidity checks?
Yeah, let's see how smart we are today.
And sorry, I'm sorry. All right, and these guys over here, are they feeling stupid?
Oh, that's
a 6 plus a 12. 6 plus a 9?
Yeah, I failed both.
I'm sorry, they're too stupid to move. They move, they have to move, but that's not it, because that was such a nice charge, man. Oh,
Yep.
That's fine, I guess. But 2 failed stupidity checks, that's not great. There's nothing else to do in the strategy phase. We go right to movement. Would you like to declare a charge?
Yes, please. I'm going to first attempt the charge with these Saurus warriors into your Skaven.
My clan rats here. Now, the way they won't get enough of them into the woods, it has to be 25% of the unit in the woods to count as difficult terrain, so they're good. That is was that a 9-inch charge it looked like?
Yes.
So that's the charge there. I'm going to hold. Well, I don't declare yet, but I'll hold for that one. And then the big guy.
The big guy is also going to attempt the charge there.
Now, he causes terror. So I immediately have to do a leadership check on them to see if they're even willing to hold. Because they take that out of my control as like a commander. 9! Okay, well, they do have a rule called Warband, which adds to their leadership based on their ranks. I just got to double check all that. I think I actually weirdly passed on a 9. Once you get their numbers down, they start running all over the place. But they're brave in big numbers. So they are leadership 7 because of the big dummy over here. But they get, I'd like to say strength and number. It used to be called strength and number. It's called Warband now. They get +3 to the leadership because they... This is a little complicated. They can only claim up to +2, but they have the Horde special rule, which lets them claim up to 1 more rank. So usually little dummies like this are very, very inefficient in small numbers, but they at least do better when they feel brave. So their leadership 10, they pass. It's a long, convoluted way to say they're not going to run away from the terror-causing unit. That's all for the charges, because the other guys failed stupidity. So now we go ahead and roll them up. Let's do these guys first.
All right.
I'm going to hold against both.
So it's 2d6, and I get to choose the highest?
Highest. And you rolled you move 4, so you make it with a 9. We know that. And go ahead and roll that guy up there. I can't remember what he needed.
He will need, I believe, a 12, but he has Swift Stride, so we're going to roll the 2d6.
Yes, and he does have to take the lower result because he's in difficult terrain. So his movement currently 6 because of the difficult terrain, so he's rolled an 8, and then we're going to add a d6 to it. 9, 10. I think he needed a 13 with the wheel. But with his failed charge, the Swift Stride does add to the charge result, so he failed forward 4 in the case of the 2 + 2. And they had enough movement to wheel an inch and to at least get the one corner over here and align to my facing. So we got a full frontage fighting. And then these guys have to move forward 7. Those guys have to move forward 7. And we'll see where the other 2 units end up going as well. They go to the top of the stairs, and then over here, the Scar veteran is going to stand in front of these guys, so they just they just butt up right behind him.
Stop it.
Stop, please, God, just listen. Just do the thing we need you to do. It's awesome. And then you get to figure out what these guys want to do. It's going to force the issue.
Yeah.
Boom.
So we'll move forward and we'll...
Just marching and wheeling around the woods here, just to get ready for this. They're going to take another rattling gun to the face, maybe. But that's pretty much it for movement. We're going to go right to fighting, because there is no shooting to do here. Now, when units charge, they get +1 to their initiative characteristic for every 1 inch they charged, up to a maximum of +3 in the front, +4 on the sides, and +5 in the rear. In this case, the Saurus are going first. They are initiative 5, I think, on the charge because they're 2 base. Scratch that. Saurus are initiative 1. I forgot. They are not the fastest. Skaven are initiative 4 base, so we're going to be fighting at the same time. One of us is better at fighting than the other, though. Our champions are lined up against each other, but would you like to issue a challenge with yours anyways?
I call you out, small rat.
Well, brave Sir Clan Rat, the paw leader, will accept it, I guess. Because why not? It don't matter. Well, it does matter, but I like it anyways. So we'll do your Saurus champion into my Clan Rat first. 3 attacks hitting me on 4s because we're the same weapon skill. That is 2 hits. And these are strength 4, so they wound me on 3s with thrusting spears. 1 wound. I have light armor and a shield, so I have a chance to save on a 5-up. He does not. He is dead. However, it's the same initiative, so he can try and hit you back. I only have 2 attacks. I also have a thrusting spear. Oh, I got 2 hits, though.
Oh.
I need... That's a drop die. I need 5s to wound you because you have a higher toughness than my strength. 1!
Oh.
I think you have a 4-up save because you have heavy armor and a shield. All right, can you make a 4-up? No! Our champions killed each other at the same time!
Oh, dang.
Imagine being a Saurus champion dying by a rat. So your champion's right there. We'll get him out of there. And you'll have 4 other Saurus attacking for 8 attacks. 4s and 3s. That's not a great roll.
Nope.
3s to wound. That is 1 wound. I have a 5-up save on a rat. Nope, that's a dead rat. I'm just going to pull from the back because they're all fighting at the same time. My rats get to fight back. I'll have 5 from the front rank. Again, it's all the same initiative. And I do get the supporting attacks because I also have thrusting spear. So I have quite a bit of attacks, but I need 5s to wound. Of my 11 attacks, I hit 3, 4, 5 times. And I wound once. I have a 4-up save. And you take it. Random Saurus dies. So, gonna go ahead and just fill in the gaps here. Neither one of us have champions anymore. That's great. We're gonna go through combat resolution now. So in this case, you have 1 complete rank of 4 models, so you'll get +1 to your combat resolution. You killed 2 stinky rats, so +2 to your combat resolution. You got yourself a loud and high banner for 4, and they are in the closed order formation, so they're gonna go to 5 combat resolution. That should be all the relevant modifiers here. There are more to it, but not in this particular example. My combat resolution, I have a rank, so I have a banner myself. I'm also closed order. I killed 2 Saurus, and I unfortunately have 3 ranks, so I will end up winning that by 2 because someone rolled really bad. Oh, you need to do a leadership check, and there's several things to explain here. You roll 2d6 for me, and I'll go through it here. You want to roll an 8 or less, no matter what, because that's what your leadership is. So you rolled a 10.
Great.
But your battle standard bearer is luckily within 12 inches. You can re-roll that.
Oh, yay.
Please roll less than an 8. That's a 4. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this the best way it was explained to me for someone new to the game. Well, their leadership 8, they lost by 2. So they're looking to get, here's the next bracket, 6. And then anything under that doesn't really matter. You rolled, what, a 4? So you're over here. So you rolled within 6, which means you are only going to give ground. You passed your leadership check on the break. So you're not going to break and flee. If you rolled between 8 and 6, so if you rolled a 7 exactly, or an 8, you would have fallen back in good order. So you break from combat, but you quickly realize, actually, everything's fine. We automatically regroup. You go back over that way. I'm explaining it poorly. Anyways, you rolled good enough that you're not going to run away, but you will give ground. So the Skaven actually push you back a little bit. So you're going to move back 2 inches. And I then have the option to follow up and keep that combat going or try and restrain my clan rats for some other job. I'm going to try and restrain them. They listen because I rolled an 8 with the rank bonuses. So you're going to go back 2 and I'm going to stay where I am. That was a surprising outcome. That's a pretty big unit of rats, though. Not as cheap as you think it is. It's actually very similar cost. Actually, funny, we are pretty damn near similar points cost here. I have double the amount of models and you're double the amount of points cost. That will conclude turn 2 for the Lizardmen. We're going to go to turn, well, 2 for me. I don't have any strategy phase to do, so we can go right to the charge phase. Charge declaration. Interesting. Those Saurus just continuously failing stupidity is not doing you any good, and that was not a great combat. Let's, this guy's feeling, oh man. I want to, you know what? This guy's feeling brave. We're going to declare a charge at them, and I don't know if I have any other charges I want to do. Nah, we're good. We're just going to do that one charge there. Would you like to hold or flee?
We'll hold.
Yeah, fair. I thought so. It makes sense. Declaring the charge, we move 5 plus 2. That's probably a fail. I needed a 5 up there, so if you could keep that for me there, I'm just going to go, boop, 2 fail forward. And just stop right there. We can go to remaining moves. I don't really want to keep fighting them because it's more of a tar pit unit. So if I can just push you away and not have to fight you, that's more ideal for the Skaven here. So the remaining move, these guys have frenzy, but they don't have any legal charges because these guys are in the way right now. And they're just gonna hold for now, I guess. We're gonna have this rattling gun team try round 2 at dealing with them. We're gonna keep them right where they are. They're gonna stay where they are. They fail their charge. They're going to stay where they are. This Rattling Gun's going to stay where it is. And that's effectively it. We're going to... Oh, jeez. Actually, no, this Rattling Gun team's going to move forward. It's going to move it forward, get some point-blank shots with this Rattling Gun here. And we should be good on movement. Yep, we're just going to go right to shooting. Actually, let me check this Rattling Gun team. We might move forward a little bit too. We're just going to move it a little bit further forward to get within 9 to try to blast them. I'm just going to start shooting right here. We're just going to try and blast them. Get those gimbal limiters off. First one, 8 shots. Second one, 6 shots. So it's 14 shots at no negatives this time. So they ignore the moving and firing penalty because they have quick to fire. And they can stand and shoot at a pretty good... They're okay. They're pretty nasty, but they are also pretty expensive. They are... 50... I can't remember how many points they are now. I think they're like 65 points for that little model. Be forced to hit because there's no negatives. We got that many hits. Strength 4, forced to wound. Ooh.
Good roll.
That's a good roll there. This is Armor Bane 1, so that means it's AP 2 instead of AP 1. So this is going to be a 5-up save, and these are 3 4-up saves.
Okay, 4 ups.
Oh, nice! Perfect!
5-up save.
Can't hurt him.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't hurt him. And we're going to do the exact same thing over here. We're going to try this one here. Now, luckily, from this point to that point... Actually, no, they're still covered because they're just towing the woods a little bit. Light cover on them. And first shot, 2 into... Okay, it's 2 shots at -1 to hit. B5s. Oh, sorry, 6s because of... Oh, it didn't matter. Light cover. And 4 to wound. No! My bullets! We are going to move on to the Warp Lightning Cannon. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go straight line right through all this nonsense. And bam! This is the range. Okay, 12, 20, that was 2 5s, 22, 24, plus 4, 28 inches. Goes right through them all the way at the end?
All the way to the end.
So it's going to hit the force. I can't hit the Astrolith Bear because he's on this one side. And I don't want to... I guess I could have clipped my own guys, but whatever. I'll go 1, 2, 3 of them, and then the 4 Saurus Knights. However, the strength is 4 again. Okay. 3 hits on them. Oh, nice. 2 wounds at -3. They only have a 4-up, so 2 of them just zapped by the lightning. And 4 additional wounds on the guys in the back. 3 of them at -3. 3 6-ups. They're kind of getting bullied. You make... That's a 1, 2, and a 5. Unfortunately, 3 get zapped. Boom, boom, boom. And I think that would be a panic check, but this is where they get cold-blooded. So they get to roll 3d6 on a leadership. If you ever lose 25%, more than 25% of your unit to a shooting attack, they might say, we don't want to fight anymore. So 3d6, discarding the highest. Yeah, 1 and a 2, you're good. They hold. They don't care. Then I'm going to try Warp Lightning now that they're a little bit closer in range, and I haven't done any damage to them. Holy moly, this is cast on a 10. It's a damn good magic missile, though. I probably should have looked at the casting. I need to roll a 10 on the dice, but I'm a level 1 wizard, so I get to add 1 to the roll. Oh, I got Warp Spark tokens. Whatever, you'll eat a weird space rock. So I'm going to add D3 plus 1 to this roll. So I'll do the D3 first. I'm going to add 4 to the roll because of my wizard level, so I need to show a 6 on the dice. Oh, a 10! I got it naturally. So I rolled a 14 on the dice. You always get 1 dispel. If you don't have a wizard, you always get 1 dispel a turn to try and stop it. You need to roll a 15 on 2 dice to stop it, but double 6s always works.
Okay.
Yeah, so you might as well try and double 6 it.
Oh, yeah.
Close. Ooh. Halfway there. So they are going to suffer D3 plus 1 zappy lightning hits. 3 hits with lightning. It's strength 5, so we're wounding them on 3s. 1 wound! Okay. -3, so they have a 6-up save. I got a Saurus. Not enough for a panic, but we got a Saurus. After all that work, we got 1. And that is the end of my turn because I failed this charge over here. So we're going to go to turn 3 of 6 and see what these Lizardmen can do and see if they have stupidity again because it's that time. Can you do it? Can you pass a stupidity check? Yes!
Yay!
And these guys... Yes,
Yay!
7. They can act normally.
I can move my army.
Would you like to declare charges?
Yes, I would.
Where do you want to start?
This one will try and charge that little gun.
Which one would you like to do next? You just got to declare all the charges. Not that it matters too much, but for anyone watching.
We will charge with this unit.
Into them, I assume?
Yes.
Would you like to then do him into them?
Yes, I would.
That one I have to do a terror check for. Actually, we'll say he declares the charge first before them. That way it gives them more options. Terror! They're okay. Their leadership is 7 plus 3 still. So they pass their terror, and then I assume the Saurus will then continue with the charge there. And do you want that thing to charge them?
We'll attempt to charge them.
Oh, just go for them instead? Yep, that works.
Okay.
And then now I do my reactions. So I'm going to hold, hold. That thing's going to stand and shoot because it's got quick to fire, and that's it. Quick shot, let's go. Oh, I'll reroll that. It's not very flat. I'm going to go over here. I want to take the 10 on any cant at all. 10, an honest one.
There we go.
And 16 shots. We do suffer the negative for standing and shooting here, so it'll be 5s to hit. 5s. I got 3. Nice. And blah. 1 wound at -1, because it's just AP 1. And you have a 6 up save. Yeah, well, you have better than that, but you pass it. And, okay, so that's it. Everything else held. Roll up there. Go ahead and give me 2d6. Taking the highest plus another d6. Yep. 19-inch charge. We're just going to go right on into him. Thank you. Boom, that works. And then they're just going to come on. Roll his charge up, I guess. He's no longer in difficult terrain. He was able to fail a charge out of it. He's not complete. 6 plus 1. 7 plus 7. He makes it. Beautiful. They just wheel a little bit on the corner to make room for them to come in here. And then these guys here. Charging in. Boom.
That's another...
Oh, wow. That's a 10-inch charge. And again, they're not fully in the... Only that last file's in the woods, so they're good to go. No problem just wheeling just past the rattling gun there, coming into this point, clipping and aligning with the enemy. We got ourselves a fight. That's it.
I have some regular movements.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about these guys. Let's get them on in here. They both can march. I guess you could. You probably want to redress the ranks of those guys to get them in the front and then move them. Right, so our, not Astrolith Bear, as we call it in Sigmar, but our Scar Veteran with the Battle Standard Bear marches into the woods. Obviously a little bit slow because of it. And then our Cold Ones, who are finally able to move, wheeled, skirted the woods this way. They marched and just came around the woods and over here. And yeah, we are good to go to actual fighting now. Where would you like to start? We are going to go ahead and do this fight first. The Old Blood is initiative 6 after the modifiers. He's going to attack with his Cav Spear. And then the Carnosaur goes. And then my rats go, technically, because these guys are only initiative 2 or 3 on their charge. The Old Blood has a rule called Furious Charge. He goes up to 6 attacks when he charges.
Weapon skill 6, so I need 2s.
3s. You have to be double plus. You have to be weapon skill 7 to hit me on 2s here. But 1 miss, all the same. And these are 2s to wound with the Cav Spear. And that is 5 wounds. And these are at -1, so I have a 6 up save. I will save 1 of those and 4 dead rats. So that is 4 from the front. Fighting rank killed. I only have 2 attacks back from the rats, but the Carnosaur gets to go because he's initiative 2 base. We went up to 5 here. The Slashing Talons are 4 attacks. These are definitely better Monster Hunter attacks, but 1 hit. He's only weapon skill 3. 2 to kill, though. That is a dead rat. 1 dead rat. Which means you killed 5 of my rats in the front there. I don't have any champion. I get 1 rat attacking your source before they hit me. Also, something fun to note is the Carnosaur has a Blood Frenzy rule. As long as the Carnosaur inflicts a wound, he will be subject to Frenzy until he loses it. But the unique thing to Blood Frenzy is you can always gain it back. The downside is you always have to charge now. If you can declare a charge, you must declare a charge. But you kind of want to anyways. We'll have 1 clan rat available to attack back because you killed 5 in my fighting rank with him alone. Let's see if I hit you. Nope, that's a 1. So we can go right to all your source attacks. Your champion's dead too, but you should have. And, oh, you charged me, so the spears won't work, but you still have 10 attacks in the front rank. 4s to hit. All right, that's 4 hits there. And 3s to wound. 2. No AP here. I make a save and I fail save. 1 more dead rat. And then the last thing to resolve is this guy's going to stomp around the rants a little bit. He's got 2 stomp attacks, I believe.
Yes.
And they're strength 7 and they're behemoths, so they're just going to kill me because they're AP 2. 2s to kill. Stomp, stomp. Bam, bam. He kills 2. Monster. All right, well, let's do combat. I did no damage to you. You did 8 to me? Or is that 7? That's 8. So you're up by 8 immediately. You have a rank, you have a banner in your closed order, so you're at 11. He doesn't contribute anymore. I have 2 ranks and a banner and closed order, so that's -4, so I lost by 7 in the end there. I'm still leadership 7, plus 2, so I'm leadership 9. I want to roll within 9, but if I do, I'm going to be falling back in good order unless I roll a double 1. I break. Most importantly, because I lost a rank. That's a big deal. Okay, well, things are going to happen. Because they break and they're a large enough unit of strength 5 or more, everything within 6 inches has to do a panic check. to see if they're willing to stick in the battle, because something big just happened there. So I'm going to go with this Warp Lightning Cannon. Is fine. They do not panic. They rolled within their leadership. This Warlock Engineer is fine. Again, we're within our General's command range over here, so they're okay. And I don't... They're frenzy, so they're immune to psychology. They're not psychology. They're immune to panic, fear, and terror. They don't care about them running away, essentially. So they're going to break and flee. Because he has frenzy, he has to pursue. They can choose to try and hold back and reform if you want them to. You're essentially gambling. If you two options, you're either gambling that he's going to catch them and they can reform to help out over here, or you think that he might not catch them and you'll need their help to catch them as well. However...
I'm going to pursue with both.
Both? Okay. Well, I'm going to roll mine. I have a rule called Scurry Away. They run further when they run. So they add 1 to it. I rolled a 12 on my Scurry. So now you roll 3d6. You roll 2d6 plus Swift Stride, and then they go 2d6. So we'll do him first. You want to roll it over a 12, I think, or 12 or more. I have to double check. Oh, 4. 3, actually.
And then...
7. So remember, he's going to go 7, and then roll their 2d6. 7, and they're going to go 1 plus 2. Or unless you want to re-roll it. Up to you.
Let's keep it off. Of
So he goes 7, they go 2, and they go very far. They're going to break center to center, so they're going to run down this line here. They're going to pop through them and end up around here. And when they pop through them, they're frenzied. That would normally make them panic, but they don't care about that. All right, well, this is how it all ends up. That's where the Saurus Warriors and the Carnosaur go, and this is where the Clan Rats scurried off to. Again, staying on the board barely, popping through these guys. What fight do you want to do next? This one or this one?
Let's do the cold ones.
All right. Well, you have... It should be... Yeah, these guys would be maximizing. This guy would be in the fighting rank, able to support, because they kind of have that wraparound rule. Let's never forget the fighting rank rule. The old 6th edition wraparound. We're seeing it again, but in a much easier mechanic. The cold ones, are they initiative 2 or 1?
They are initiative 2.
They go first, because the idiots on top are initiative 1.
They are also initiative 2.
Oh, the Riders are initiative 2?
They are.
Why are they initiative 2 when they're initiative 1? Why? Whatever. It's all the same time.
They're excited to ride on the lizards.
What's the weapon skill of the cold ones?
The cold ones themselves have a weapon skill of 3. The pack leader and the cold one rider have a weapon skill of 4.
Oh, you know what? They're a little bit more veteran.
Yes.
That's why. I gotcha. We're going to go do the Riders on top. They're 2 attacks each. The champion, unfortunately, is over here. He'll only get 1 supporting attack because he's not quite in base-to-base contact. But, hey, better than not having it. So it'll be 7 attacks. Hitting on 3s because their weapon skill 4. A little more veteran. 1 miss. It's like 2s to kill us. I have 2 wounds or something like that. You kill them. Restrain or overrun?
We're going to overrun.
All right, roll me 3d6. You go 11, 17. So they're definitely going to overrun into them, so it's going to count as a charge, so they're going to wheel at this angle. Come in and line to me. They are going to go right into the Ratogers there. And that's it. We'll resolve that fight on my turn, but that counts as a charge. So you get all the charge bonuses. So you get the Cav Spear charge bonus, the initiative bonus of +3, which will probably out-initiative them. We'll hopefully brute force my way through that fight. And then we have one last fight to do. You did charge enough to get +3 to your initiative, making them initiative 4. But I can tell you my Warlord in there is quite fast. He is initiative 7. All right, so I'm going to go with my Claw Lord. He has a halberd, so... Not Claw Lord, he's called a Warlord. I'm not going to bother issuing a challenge. Would you like to issue a challenge?
I'm going to issue a challenge. Come at me.
Boom. I'm just going to accept it with the Claw Lord. No, I'll do the Storm Vermin Champion. I'm afraid of the Claw Lord screwing this up somehow. I'm going to move my champion over there. We're just going to move the Warlord over here. 4 attacks with the Skaven Warlord hitting you on 3s. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's been betrayed. Nope, nothing. Interesting. We're initiative 5. We go first. I'll do the champion fight, and then just the 3 other guys hitting you. He has 2 attacks, weapon skill 4, so he's a little bit better fighter than they are. We only got 1 hit, though. And strength 4, because of the halberd. That's a wound. -1. You should have a 5-up. Oh, we kill your champion. He is struck down, and then I have 3 additional Storm Vermin attacks. 3s and 4s. 1 more wound at -1. Oh, we got him. But luckily it does come from the fighting rank, so you don't lose too much there. You have 3 Saurus that can attack back with 6 attacks. 4s to hit. Man, 2 hits. 3s to wound. 1. I think I have heavy armor. So we're dead. I'll lose that guy over there technically will fill it in. And that is it. That's all she wrote. My Rattling gun's blocking my counter charge over here. Why did I put him there? So I killed 2 guys. I got 2 wounds on you. I got a banner, and I do have. I think they get the horde rule, so I'll double check that. They might get +3 to the rank. Normally, you only get +2. You have the horde rule, so +3 and closed order. And then you have 1 complete rank for the middle rank there. And then you have a banner, and you're also closed order, and you killed a dude. So I win that one by 3. You're going to be leadership 8 still. Well, down to 5. So you want to roll a 5 or less, but an 8 is okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. So you only give ground. I will. I'll knock you back. You know what? I'm going to try and restrain. I don't want to fight. I'm a cowardly rat. Stay away. Stay away. So I'll stay where I am, and I'll knock you back 2 inches. That will let me reform. I'm just going to change my facing this way. So you can, it's restrain and reform, if anyone is curious. That way when this nonsense happens, it's in my front, not my side. That'll be the end of your turn 3. We're gonna go to my turn 3. I have nothing to do, I do. My strategy phase, these guys are gonna attempt a rally check. They do have a musician. They're too far away from my general, and the champion is dead. So leadership 4, but they do get, unless they're fleeing, they don't get the leadership 4. That's it. Warband rule for the extra ranks only applies if they're not fleeing naturally. So that's not that's not good. No matter what, we're gonna go. Technically, I should say it would be leadership 5 because of my musician. No, still not gonna happen. We get +1 of this for scurry away. They're out of here. It'll just be once the 1 model goes off the edge just like that, the whole unit runs. Which he is probably too far away to panic, but I'm gonna measure that right now. Yeah, he's too far away. So they are just out of here. But with that failed rally, we're good to go ahead and declare some charges, which I don't have any. Not a single one, I might say, because I'm already fighting over here. Yeah, that guy's just going to stay there. That Warp Lightning Cannon is going to stay there for remaining moves. This guy, they're going to stay there. They're going to stay there. They're going to move up a little bit, I guess. They're just going to go right to the edge of that, and this thing's going to wheel a little bit. Gonna burr right into the side of them. They are gonna stay where they are. They don't really need to move much. And I'm gonna go right to shooting. I'm gonna start with his magic missile. Why not? He's got 2 more warp spark tokens, so he's gonna pop a space rock. Loves that. He's gonna add D3 +1 because he's a level 1 wizard. Oh, he takes a wound. All right. Well, he's got 1 more good space rock in him before he goes to the big cheese in the sky, I guess. So that's, now I rolled a 1, and he's a level 1, so I'm adding 2 to this roll. I need to show an 8 on the dice. That's not going to do it. So he eats his space rock and doesn't conjure lightning. What a twist.
He has a tummy ache.
He's got a tummy ache. Let's go. This guy is going to shoot this way. He's going to fire through 2 models. That's the goal here. Really don't need to really worry about this. It's going to go far enough to zap him. About like 28-ish inches, so it's going to go past them. It's going to go hit 2, and it's strength 10. There we go. Finally got strength 10, so it's just wounds on 2s. So 2 wounds on them. Yep, and then on the Saurus in the back there, so the Saurus Riders, 2 wounds on them, both at -3. So 2 of them are just dead from the lightning, and then those guys in the back do get a 6-up save. 2 and a 1.
Oh no!
But boom. That leaves you with. The musician has to die, and this guy has to die. It leaves you with the banner and the champion. And it would be an immediate panic check on them. No, they're good. Double 1. No problem. And then we move on to rattling gun into the side of them. Shooting to the flank doesn't matter at all. It just looks cool. And artillery die. 10 shots plus 2 shots. Not bad. All right, let's. These should be forced to hit. After everything is said and done. That was a pretty good roll.
Yeah, good roll.
And forced to wound. 2 wounds. This one's -2 because of Armor Bane. And this one's -1. So a 5 up and a 6 up.
6. Nope.
Dead.
5.
Dead. Pop, pop.
No.
And we're getting there, I guess. It's a slow process. No more shooting. Only this combat over here. So you're going to be initiative 5 on both of them. And I gotta see what a rat ogre does. Nothing to worry about fear here because the cold ones themselves cause fear, so you don't care about my fear. You, with the charge bonuses, go to initiative 5. I'm only initiative 4, so you get to strike first, which is a big deal. The guys on top first because they have a different profile. 9 attacks hitting on 4s because we're both weapon skill 4 here. Okay. 4 hits, that's close to average. Strength 5 with Cav Spears. These are 3s to wound with -1. Oh, great, 3 wounds. Rat ogres do get a called mutated hides. It counts as heavy armor. Hey! 6-up save? No, because of your AP1 on the Cav Spear for charging. It's 3 wounds so far, and then the cold ones get to go. Should be 8 attacks?
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s and 4s. All right, not a bad start. Force to wound. Good, 3 of them. And heavy armor. Ooh, another dead one. I would pull 2 from the front there, so I only get to retaliate with 1 of them. I'm just gonna pull these guys though, just so we don't have to worry about it. Boom. Force to hit. Ooh, good start. And these are strength 5, 3s to wound. 6s are good though. 2 wounds, no AP because they're only hand weapons, but armor bane 2. 3 ups.
3 ups.
I kill 1. Boom, that guy will die.
Oh no!
Oh no! That was a really good combat for you there.
Back on.
You did 6 wounds to me. You have a banner and closed order. I did 1 wound to you. I got closed order. Well, we lose our frenzy. It's by 6. This is a 5, but that's 6 dice there. I'm only leadership 5. No bonuses. You definitely want pack masters or your general nearby these guys, or hope they don't lose a combat. But I roll outside of their leadership, and I lost the combat. I break with no reroll. Like to chase me or restrain and reform.
We're gonna try and restrain them.
All right, leadership 8.
Hold still, stupids.
Nope. They're coming after me, baby. They're just impetuous. I have scurry away, so I'm gonna go. I'm off the board, and then you roll your swift stride to chase.
Oh no.
Let's see if you narratively get the kill. Oh, you 12? You get 1 more d6, so this unit is completely destroyed. That's going to cause a panic on that guy, who he's going to stick around. Hey, the space rock is keeping him brave. And that crew there, I think they panic because he's only leadership 7. I just got to double check that for War Machines. I think they just don't shoot next turn. But I don't think they're going to be around for much longer anyways, as these guys are dead. They are off the board, and these Saurus are off the... Well, they're off the board, but they're going to come in on your next turn. It's going to fall back in good order because it's not under half strength to break fully. But it's a War Machine, so it's -1 to this. But I wonder if it has Scurry Away, so it just counteracts. Anyways, 2. Nothing too bad. It's going to go 1, 2. Sorry, you have to excuse me. Boom. And then it'll just rally. It'll stay right there. Oh, that guy passed earlier, so we're good. And... that's the end of my turn. We're going to go to turn 4 for the Lizardmen now. We are running out of models. 1 stupidity check, please. 8. That's good enough. Where would you like to start charging?
So we are going to charge this fella, or this line of Saurians into...
technically both. They're both in the ish front. That's probably closer up. If you want to hit that and overrun him, it's all the same. I'd say this thing's closer.
And he's going to come and munch on your space rock eating wizard.
No. Did I move him? I wasn't looking. Double checking. It is out of charge arc. This guy's new job, mess up this stuff. We're still going to charge here. And would you like to charge these guys into there again?
These guys will attempt it into there.
And then they could probably get in there too.
He's going to try, now that they're not stupid, into that far unit over there.
Well, this guy's got no choice but to hold. This is going to hold. And this charge can't fail. Roll me this one, though. It's 2d6, taking the highest die, and adding a d6 to it. So that's a 5, plus a 4, plus a 7. You see this charge, you probably only needed a 13. So they're going to come right on in there, and then these guys are going to do the same thing. Go, just had to get these guys in there first to make room on the corner for that quarter to get in. It means the banner won't be really getting in there. You have the supporting attack. And then they can't really fail, but roll it up anyways. Plus, well, you get another d6. You just take the highest one. Whee! All right, 4. Yeah, that's an 8-inch charge. They're going to do a little bit of a wheel and bring it on in. Charging into that thing front there, and then it's going to overrun into him afterwards. And then remaining moves. This guy probably wants to go somewhere else. You wheeled him all the way around on that corner. That was like, what, a 5-inch wheel, 4-inch wheel?
That, yeah.
And then he moved forward 2 inches for the 7. We're going to try and march him. We just have to do an enemy-sighted check. It's the old march block. He's good. And then he's just got 7 more inches of movement. The full march, he's making his way over there. And then the last thing to move on, well, we're going to probably want this guy to get up in here. And then we're going to have these Saurus Riders coming to the game too. BSB right there. And then these Saurus came on the board and then just wheeled, boop, 6 inches and 1. They're going to sneak up this way now that they have the unit size to fit through here to harass the back. And that's it. We're good to go to fighting. You want to resolve this relatively easy one first?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well, you're going to initiative... What was... Oh, you charged at least 3, so you're initiative 4 now. You have 3 able to attack in the front and then 2 supporting attacks. Oop, knocked him out of the way. This guy's technically just a little bit away. He won't be in the fight yet. You actually have initiative on me. I'm only initiative 3 on my crew. So these are 3s to hit, or maybe 4s. I'll double check. Don't roll 3s. I don't have to look. You rolled a 3. 4s to hit. You got 3 hits and 3s to wound. And I have no armor, so 3s to kill. You kill 1 of my crew. Huzzah. I have 2 remaining crew. Did you do your... How many attacks did you do? I wasn't paying attention.
I did 2 for each guy plus 2 supporting attacks.
Okay, so you did the max. I got 2 crew attacking you back because you killed one of the crew. Hey! Nope. Combat resolution. You have a rank of 4 because... double check if they're heavy infantry for me. I think Saurus probably are. So you'll get a rank bonus because they're heavy. You did a wound. And you got a banner. And your closed order. So so far 4. I got nothing. I'm a skirmisher, so I don't get... I just lose 4. I just lose by 4. As simply as that. And... I break, because they're leadership 5. And the general, again, he's too far away now. So, when the crew breaks, the war machine is destroyed, because they're not paid enough to fight. They're not gonna, they're out of here, it's done. Would you like to overrun into my warlock engineer?
Yes, I would.
Well, he's just gonna, boop, there we go, another fight. See how much space rocks avail him later. And then we have this fight over here where the Cold One Riders go first, actually, because they're initiative 2 base. So you have the champion in contact. Oh, you could issue a challenge to that champion if you want. I got my Storm Vermin leader. I guess we could just have a character fight again, a little champion fight if you want. Your guy definitely goes first.
Yes, let's punch your character.
Oh, wait. No, we're the same initiative. We're both initiative 5. Because they're Storm Vermin, so it's an honorable fight. Okay, well, I'll just do my attacks. Get them out of the way. My 2 champion attacks. I hit you once. And I don't wound you because you're toughness 4 and I'm only strength 4. Do your champion and my champion now on the top. 4 is to hit because we're the same weapon skill. He hits once. He's got a spear, so he wounds at -1. I have heavy armor. I fail it, you kill him. But you want to see what the cold one can do too, because this matters.
Yeah.
2 hits!
Ooh.
3's to wound.
Lizard's hungry.
Lizard, hiss, hiss, lizard. That's another wound. So, because of the challenge, it will count as 2 combat res, because of overkill. Up to 5 is the max on that. You gotta resolve the supporting attack from the rider who couldn't make it into base contact. Just double checking, but the rider is the only one who can make a single supporting attack here. So 4s. Nope. And then these guys are initiative 4, which I get to go. Technically, my warlord would have gone first, and then the rest of my storm vermin are gonna go. Lord has 4 attacks with a halberd. I hit once, and he's strength 5. I don't wound. Oh no, he's been betrayed. We got 3 other attacks from the storm vermin. 4 is to hit. Why do they hit? Come on, he's got better weapon skill. Strength 4, 1 wound at -1 because they have the halberd. I kill a Saurus.
Oh no.
Boom.
I will take my supporting attack 1.
Yeah. And then you get to fight back with those 4 Saurus in the front because that guy stepped up to that position. Attacks on 4s. 4s and 3s here, folks. And 3s. 1. Heavy armor. No. Not my 3rd storm vermin. And that's it. So combat resolution. You killed my champion, which is worth 2 because of the overkill. You killed 1 more storm vermin. You got those. You have a banner. You have a Rankosaurus warriors. And you have a closed order. But the unique thing to closed order is it stacks. Any formation that gives combat resolution bonus stacks. That's your current combat res. I'm not heavy infantry, so I only have 2 complete ranks. I killed 1 guy. Heck yeah. I got a banner. I lost by 3. Leadership 9 because of warband at -3. So we roll a 7. We are going to fall back in good order. Which means I'm going to go back D6, but it will cause this to panic and that to panic because it still causes panic. So, panic check on these dummies. They panic. And then panic check on the rattling gun. No, it actually holds because I can't use Inspiring Presence if I'm fleeing though, pretty sure. So that thing runs away as well. We're going to panic that way. And that's where my assassin was. They're off the board. And then that rattling gun is going to panic 6 that way. It's going to be around there. And then these guys are going to fall back in good order. They're going to fall back 4 and regroup and rally. You're going to try and pursue with both units. So the Saurus are going to roll enough and then roll me the cold ones. Welcome. They're both in and both fighting. All right, and that's 2 new charges, and we're fighting back over here. Probably going to keep this unit going for a little while, but this is all I got left. So it's not looking good for the poor Skaven. Do have an engineer on one move over here, though. It's going to bring us to turn 5 for the Skaven.
Yep.
Not a whole lot I'm going to do. We're going to see if that thing rallies. Leadership 7 because of General. Yep, welcome back into the game. And the interesting thing about rally, the only thing you can't do is charge. So it's good to... Oh, I can't shoot anyways. I don't want to shoot that guy. They're going to rally and they're going to reform, which means they can't move, but they can still shoot when you reform. But it counts as moving. But they're quick to fire, so I don't care. But we're also over 9, so it's -1 to hit. And we're going to go do that right now. We're going to shoot you right now. Prepare to eat lead. The gimbal limiters have been unleashed. 6.
No.
4.
Oh no.
10 shots, hitting on 5s because we're kind of far away. Shoot him. He's got no one protecting him.
No, don't do it.
Bullets. Oh, bullets. We got 4 hits. Is he toughness 5?
I believe he is toughness 5.
5s! Oh, he led, sucker! 3 wounds. 2 are at -1.
2 wounds with a...
They only got his scaly skin, so 2 saves at -1 and 1 at -2.
Oh, that's a D12.
Oh, yep, that's fair. So you fail both those.
No!
Oh, he got gunned down and did bam, bam, bam. Hey, that's victory points. I'll take it. Good job, little rattling gun. Okay. Well, correction. He would have been a skirmisher that whole time, so he's -1 to hit. I only had 2 hits there, but John failed all his saves. So it's still the same outcome. It's just always remember that lone characters that are unit strength 1 or 2 gain this -1. They gain skirmisher if they're infantry or cavalry type. And a third point is that they're unit strength 1 or 2, they gain this -1 to hit element of skirmisher. It's a lot of layers to it, but it's important to remember them. You know what? I only wounded, what are those, 3 out of those 4 wounds. Let's see if I can, what would I have to do here? Because there's 4 hits, 2, they're all wounds, but one of them fail. So it's a roll a d12 on a 1 to 3. The failed wound roll would have been one of those 2 hits. No, he's good. He's dead. That's a 12. Got him. Works. I like it. That's it. I'm done shooting. We have this stupid fight to do. Oh, you know what? Let's do this fight. You have the initiative on you because you only overran that little bit there. I got a hit. It's a hand weapon with 2 attacks. Nope. He's only strength 3. You're going to get 6, 7, 8 attacks back at him. Hitting on 4s. Good start. 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds. Dead. He doesn't have any armor. He's a wizard.
Take that, Space Rocks.
There is a cool... You could buy like a pretty heavy suit of armor for your guys to cast spells. So that represents like the Arch Warlock if you wanted to. We probably don't need to worry about that anymore. We can go ahead and just resolve this combat over yonder. These guys are initiative 5. These guys are not. So they're initiative 4. I'll get to go with my guys before them, but you get to go at the same time as me. Would you like to issue another challenge with that champion?
No, we're just going to slash at the front lines.
All right, we'll let you go ahead and do your attacks first. These are 4s to hit because we're all up skill 4. That's a good start. That's a 5. Yeah, same thing. Only 1 miss. They are wounding on 2s.
Oh, 2s.
Strength 5. Yeah, I'm only T3. So 2 degrees higher, it wounds on 2s.
Yay, chart math.
Yes. And these are all -1. That's all of them. There's 6 ups because of heavy armor. I saved 2 of them, actually. So 2 die, but they get to fight back. Get the cold ones out of the way. 4s to hit and a 3 to wound. Yep. And 5 up for heavy armor? Nope, that's 3 dead. Those 3 get to fight still. Technically, I forgot again the Warlord would attack, so he's going to attack the Saurus Warriors. He's got the initiative 7. But this guy doesn't know how to use his weapon. He hits on 3s. Hey, he got a wound at least, -1. I don't think that thing's got armor bane. Oh, dang, you're good.
Panic.
I have my 2 attacks into the Saurus over there from the guys who die, and then I got the 2 attacks over this way. That's technically all at initiative 5. So into the Warriors, no wound there. And into the Cav, hit him! No! I miss everything, misses. You're good to go with 8, 9 attacks, because this guy is in base to base. 4s and 3s. Hey, wasn't great. 3s to wound. 1. Couple of high rollers over here. Holy, that's a dead rat. Boo! All right, well, combat res isn't pretty for me. I know I lost it. I'm going to save us the time of calculating it. I'm going to see if I fall back in good order or not. All right, 9. We actually break. It's because we're 7. Oh, these probably aren't heavy infantry. So yeah, they are regular infantry. That unit of 4, you killed them just enough. My 7 goes to 8, and I rolled a 9, so I break. You know what? We'll roll it out. I definitely want to chase with both. So I'm going to scurry away. I go 10 inches because we're rats. Probably off the table. Let's see if these guys have the honor of catching me. So they get to go 3d6 because of Swift Stride.
Oh, yeah.
That is not enough. That's off by 1. That's a 9. And then 2d6 on the Saurus Warriors.
All right, they coming.
No, we're out of here. We're going back to our rat hole. Screaming betrayal and going to get more rats. Run from the bigger unit, center to center. So 10... Yeah, 10's going to take the center of the unit right to the edge of the board, which means these guys would be off the board, which means our Warlord, who killed, I think, 1 rat in 12 attacks, is leaving with his elite guard, and today is a Lizard Day.
And don't forget, in the vault, we have a legacy old world battle report for you. Dark Elves versus Vampire Counts. Make sure to check it out in the link down below.
And there we go. I'll put you on the spot. You're about to be like, oh, what a great game, right?
That was an amazing game. What a fun game system that this is.
It's a lot to remember, but it really shines when you're able to remember all the little things that add up because it has so much character to it, right? Yeah.
There's a lot of rules, but really it comes down to the nitty gritty, and it's got an ebb and a flow to it. It's a back and a forth. It doesn't like. there's a lot of stuff that happens after the resolution. But you know what? I feel like if you get into this, it'll be...
Yes, absolutely. When both, like, again, I try and say it all the time when I'm playing with Steve a lot, if both people are trying to work towards the same goal when playing fantasy of it being like a good game, and you give your opponent some leniency here, correct their mistakes if they're making obvious mistakes, you correct your own mistakes, you're going to have a great game every time. And unless you want to go for the throat, that's fine too. If you guys like going for the throat, I ain't gonna judge it, because that is also when you're both very veteran, you're kind of like, oh, I didn't see that. That's a great way to play as well. Yeah. But when you're new to the game, you want to be a little lenient to new players. You need to lure them into the game, right? You got to give them a little bit of wiggle room.
Some of us are new. Even you veteran players are still new. Some of you didn't pick it up. Some of you chose your 40K, just like yours truly. But try it out. Oh my goodness gracious. Grab one of your AOS armies and some of these movement tray adapters. You can get them at the MiniWarGamingForge.com.
Wasn't a single hiccup. But we even started playing off the trays when there's a couple guys left. It's just all math, right? You just do the math. They're 30 mil wide, so they're 60 mil wide. These guys are 30 mil each guy. You just figure out the math, right? You just line them up to whatever looks good. And there's so much like clearance in the movement rules of the game that there's just so easy to play now. I'd like to say it wasn't hard before, but I played a lot of it, so it's kind of like up here. I think it was hard to play before because there's so many moments of, oh, I can't charge because of this, or I can't charge because of that, or, oh, this suddenly came up, now I can't charge. That's all gone for the most part.
The rule book is actually pretty cool. It's got little brackets that literally just say, figure it out. Like
yes,
it feels casual and fun.
Yes, the goal is to have fun in the game. It's not about taking every little millimeter you can. It's about having fun, or at least trying to. And if you don't want to do it that way, well, that's fine too, because you have a different kind of fun, I suppose. But this is probably my favorite iteration of the fantasy rules in general. For those of you who are new to the edition, like John, this is an amalgamation of several different editions in one. The foundations of the game are all still there. The way wheeling, turning, maneuvering, that's been the same for years. Mm-hmm. When you did it and how you did it, that changed a little bit, sure. Like in 5th edition, when you charge, the first thing you do is wheel, and then you have to go straight. And then they got rid of that in 6th edition. And then 8th edition, they just made everything free. You didn't have to pay for anything. 8th edition, you would measure from your closest point to my closest point, and if you rolled that amount of charge, you're just in no matter what.
Wow.
Yeah. Now they got rid of that, brought it back a little bit. It's got a lot of good qualities of 8th edition as well.
And you get to have giant lizards eat little rat men and watch them flee in panic. It's awesome.
And they have their own little rules to represent all that cool little stuff too. You got the extra damage against monsters on your Carnosaur, the stomp attacks, the blood frenzy on him. Oh, that's unique to him, right?
He ate a dude and then went nuts and wanted to eat more dudes. It was great.
That one rat, I don't think it would have, but that Carnosaur thought he tasted pretty good. So we wanted a little bit more. So thank you, John, for coming out and playing the game, Old World. I love spreading the addiction, I guess, technically.
Well, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing with my models when I get home.
Excellent. What do you want to build a cav list? I think you said.
Yes, I will be looking for some cavalry. These the Cold One riders were a lot of fun. The stupidity mechanic was hilarious. I failed it like
the first two turns,
two turns of the game, and it was still like, oh, they're going to be smart one time.
I couldn't hit you with my gun. I couldn't, you failed stupidity every time, like, rattling gun, go, please, rattling gun, do literally anything. You just didn't do nothing. See, that's where there's so many weird die rolls you have to do to accomplish anything that when anything works out, it's a miracle. Honestly, it's a tough game, but eventually it'll come to some conclusion. And I didn't kill a lot of your stuff, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome here. I'd play that again. I like the Skaven rules, and I'm looking. The only thing I'm disappointed is I never got the chance to put my assassin out. I should have put my assassin in this unit over here, but I figured I played a little bit too cautiously over here for my own good. But the assassin's kind of cool because at the start of combat, I just put him in the unit he's hitting, and he goes in the front rank and immediately attacks because he's got really high initiative. So he's really good at assassinating characters.
Oh man,
yes,
so scary.
It's a great model too.
He is.
Yeah, brand new model. Anyways, folks, that's it for this one. There will be much more Old World content to come, naturally, so stay tuned for more releases, and I will be playing the Vampire Counts very soon. I'm going to be using our Soulblight Gravelord collection because they're all brand new models.
Ooh,
and they tray up perfectly.
Awesome.
for the new game, so I'm looking forward to that. And as always, happy wargaming, and thank you again, John, for coming on by.